Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to your Paragon Gauntlet. Once you're done with your Thronebreaker EQ, here we go in and we are going to have to complete all the bosses without any choice node. So you're going to start with a Hawkeye, with Supreme Symbiote, then to Miles Morales with Dust, and ending up with the two new champions that is going to be Joaquin Torres, the new Falcon, and also Arnim Zola. So let's jump into the part, but before we do, let's hear from our sponsors on this video. If you love Contest of Champions, you're gonna love your sponsor for today's video, Marvel Strike Force. It's an incredible RPG team-based game featuring your favorite Marvel heroes, including Peggy Carter, Joaquin Torres as Falcon, Patriot, and Captain America's Sam Wilson. Download Marvel Strike Force now for free, and if you follow the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen, you'll unlock 70 new heroes to jumpstart your team and get ahead in the game. Keep expanding your roster, unlocking new heroes, and taking down bad guys in action-packed battles. Challenge the players in game modes like Alliance War to team up and dominate the battlefield. Try out the arena to prove your strength in strategic battles, and some legendary PvP battles to compete head-to-head with players worldwide. With a constantly evolving meta, team up with friends and allies to win epic reward. This month, you get a brand new Liberty team featuring Peggy Carter, Joaquin Torres as Falcon, and Patriot. And guess what? They are free, so you don't want to miss out. So hurry up and download now. On top of that, to help start your journey, you can use this limited time promo code SAM to unlock Captain America for free. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code on your screen to start unlocking your favorite heroes in Marvel Strike Force. Now we have that out of the way, the first boss is going to be a Hawkeye with red lining, Langor, Biohazard, Special Chaos Inversion, and Encroaching Stun. So there is a lot going on here. So the first thing, you need a champion that is going to be bleed immune so you can deal with the Biohazard. Second one, you will be power drained as soon as you get to 2 bars of power, and you will take damage with Langor. So throw a special 2 as soon as you get it. Next up is going to Special Chaos Inversion. So whenever Hawkeye will use a special attack, he is going to invert your controls. Simply hold block and you should be okay, he won't hurt you at all. And finally there is Encroaching Stun, so you have to just try to time your parry with the stun or throw a special attack in between. The first time around I was able to parry. The second time around right here I was saving an SP2, so I thought as soon as he dashes in I'm gonna use it, but of course he will not dash in because the AI is just like that. So I just had to throw my special, ate a 2-hit combo, but that was okay. Blocked the inverted special attack into a 5-hit combo, then a striker into another 5-hit combo and SP1, and that was enough for me to take out Hawkeye. Other options are also available. I took in Warlock so I could take out Hawkeye and the Dust upcoming, so that's why he is part of my team. Next up is going to be an Adaptoid. Now with the Adaptoid, he is just an upgraded version of the infamous boss on chapter 5. So he's got armor break immunity escalating buff, so every 5 seconds he gets an indefinite armor buff. Also there is Power of Will. Another one that has been added is Crush Evolution. So if you dash back twice in a row, you are going to get a Crush debuff on you and he can break your blocks. There is also Healthy Disposition, so he will rotate between stun, slow, and heal block immunity, so you have to be careful for that. And there is I've Got the Power, so either champion charges a heavy attack, they will gain indefinite power. So the way I used Doom here was just I tried to use my heavy attack as much as possible, so I could have that stagger on the Adaptoid and he does not go unstoppable. And with the SP2 I was able to bring him down. Other options are available. You can go the slow route as well. You can go Mystic route as well. So yeah, I brought in Doom because I'm going to use him for Arnim Zola as well. So that's why he was helpful to me. Next up you have Miles Morales with Unmastered. So our Solve and Willpower Masteries are going to be removed. And whenever Miles will be struck by a basic attack and he's suffering from a stun, he will purify the stun and evade you because of Astral Sense, and also every 9 seconds he will gain unblockable for 3 seconds. And there's also Distract, which is the most important node. The only way you deal damage to him is when you have 3 debuffs applied to him. So I brought in Elsa Bloodstone because I'm gonna use her also for the Falcon, and also she applies quite a bit of debuffs on the opponent, so works out well for me against Miles Morales, and before I know it he is down. Now this next fight is a bit tricky because of the node nimble here. So whenever you will give defender a stun, the duration of the next stun is reduced by 0.20 seconds. But the catch here is that you can try not to give her too many parries, because there's also beer necessity. With the beer necessity, the defender has 90% chance to auto block the basic attacks. But if you knock her down, there is a timer that starts and can be refreshed when you attack dust again before its cooldown. So what I'm trying to do is to use one parry in heavy, and I can remove that beer necessity protection on her, and then not let her get the cooldown. Every time she's about to get a cooldown and get back into auto block phase, I try to attack her and the timer restarts again. So that is how you get this fight done. Use less of your stuns just to get a little opening, and then work around with the beer necessity cooldown, and you should be able to take out dust. And finally, moving on to the next champion, that is going to be Joaquin Torres, the new Falcon with insult to injury. So each debuff on the attacker will reduce your defensive ability by 30%. There's also special coup d'etat and rubber band with special delivery as well. So you have to use a special attack every 15 hits, otherwise you get a degen on you. Now typically you would like to use champions here that can shrug off the debuffs, but I am using Elsa Bloodstone here because I use her for Spider-Man Miles Morales as well, so she works really well because of all of her debuffs. You can also use a Kingpin here. I think another good champion that will work here is going to be Crossbows, but remember, you also need a counter for that Miles Morales. So this fight is pretty straightforward. I think Joaquin Phoenix is more of attacker than the defender. So all I'm doing is 5-hit combos into SP1s, and when he gets to an SP1, I just bait that out. His animations are quite easy to deal with. He is going to just go up in the air, dash back towards you, and you can just step back and throw a special one. That should be enough to take him out. Now the final boss, that is going to be the most annoying one, is going to be Arnim Zola. So right off the bat, he is going to have non-contact attacks. So you champions like Angela will work here, that can play around with the non-contact attacks. Guardian should also work, but I have not tried him, so don't take my word for it, but technically he should work. There is well-timed immunity, so whenever the attacker will perform 3 well-timed blocks, both champions gain disintegration immunity for 10 seconds. And there's also Rich Get Richer, so whoever has more of those buffs is going to get more power. So with Doom, you can go ahead and easily Doom cycle him. You just need to be careful about his charges, because if he gets up to 10 to 11 charges, he can stun you and also reduce the stun duration on him. But I figured out that if you go in with one cycle and after 2 furies you throw a special 2, the incinerate is enough to really do a lot of damage to Arnim Zola. There's also going to be arc overload, so every 10 seconds the defender will gain 25% armor up and a regeneration buff. But if you're using the Doom, you can easily bypass that because you are going to have stagger. And the spirit gain for you is going to be increased by 100, so use as many strikers as you can. And finally, there is a make a stand, so he is going to get indefinite protection, reducing all damage by 90%, and you have to knock him down to put that into cooldown for 15 seconds. Now there are quite a few options that you can use here. I've used Angela for this fight. I've also used Gladiator for this fight. Those are my ranked up champions. Using Doom here, so you can also kind of Doom cycle him. So any champion that has a built-in heavy attack should really work against him, because all of his defenses can be gone through if you use a heavy attack. The more you knock him down, the faster you are able to take him out. So right here, got an SP2. I'm gonna throw that out. And with the protection down with the natural heavy, look at him melt away all the way from 35% down to 0. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.